Today, I'm gonna be feasting on Michelin Star Instant Ramen. This is coming to you from Nakiryu. Nakiryu got their Michelin star because of their zesty and spicy tantanmen. I've got two versions in front of me here, one of them not available at the ramen restaurant. Let's see how they actually stack up. This is Frank from AM Ramen. For those of you new to the channel, I was born in Tokyo and I eat over 300 bowls of ramen a year. I'm obsessed with ramen. For those of you returning to the channel, you might have noticed I got a haircut, finally got rid of the jungle. I know I look like I'm 15 years old now. There are 3 ramen restaurants that have 1 Michelin star in Tokyo, and Nakiryu was the second one. They got it in 2017. What they're most famous for is their tantanmen. Now, tantanmen is based off of dandan noodles from Sichuan province. Sichuan province in China is all about spicy food. The tantanmen in Tokyo is a little bit milder. They also added soup when it arrived here, and that's the first version I'm gonna be starting with. We've got Nakiryu's signature tantanmen with soup, and after that, we're gonna be diving into a soupless tantanmen that they also have. They don't have this at the restaurant. Diving in now. I just put in the hot water and all the ingredients, and they're not messing around. They had very specific instructions with the 3 packets. This is for the main soup and this is for the sesame paste. Both of these, they recommend that you actually set them on top of the bowl to heat them up. And they don't recommend putting them in until right before you're about to eat them. And for the sesame paste, it says to give it a little bit of massage to get the ingredients moving about the packet. Now they updated this instant ramen in May 2019, and if I recall, before they didn't have the sesame paste separate. Very specific, and you would expect nothing less from a Michelin star ramen shop. So I'm gonna start with the soup here, as you should always. You can see that layer of orange ryu chili oil on top, and also the chimajang, which is Chinese sesame paste. Wow. Oh, it's so layered. You've got that spiciness coming from the ryu chili oil, the creaminess from the sesame, and then also a hint of that sourness coming from apple vinegar and black vinegar. So they're known for having ultra thin, silky noodles, and there's a generous amount in this bowl here. Look at that. Boom. Now bear in mind, this is still instant ramen, of course. You know, nothing beats being in the ramen shop, the vibes inside, all that stuff. But it's insane how good this tastes, and you can enjoy in the comfort of your own home. It's absolutely insane that we have Michelin star instant ramen to begin with. For instant ramen noodles, these are very good quality. They've got a nice chewy bounce to them, and it's not that artificial kind of chewy bounce that you get in a lot of instant ramen. I will say it's a little bit more concentrated. You do get maybe a greater amount of saltiness, you know, coming from the sodium. But outside of that, this comes as close as you can get to the real thing. God, it's so addictive. You just want to swim in it. Okay, maybe not swim in it, but you know what I mean. Excellent, excellent execution here and replication of what they're serving in their ramen restaurant. I want to ask all of you before we jump into the soupless ramen. For my next instant ramen video, would you prefer that I focus on a Kyoto and Niigata style of soy sauce ramen that features a lot of pork back fat? Or would you prefer that I zoom in on Hokkaido miso ramen from Sapporo? One is with butter and corn, and also a light shio ramen from Hakodate. So we've got Team Hokkaido over here and also Team Kyoto. Let me know which one you prefer in the comments below, and I will do that in my next instant ramen video. I just prepped the soupless version. This is the one that they don't actually have at their ramen restaurant. And first time trying it. Soupless ramen is prepared differently. Picture what we just had, and if you use less amount of soup, it's not gonna cling to the noodles in any way. But with soupless ramen, it's a little bit more concentrated. It's more like an oil. And here we have thicker, flatter noodles. Think of it like fettuccine or linguine. When you've got more surface area to kind of mop up that oil in this case. These noodles look really, really good. Oh my God, look at that noodle waterfall. That's excellent too. It's still got that sesame creaminess, but it really comes through a little bit more. A little bit sweeter than the other one, and definitely not sour. I'm guessing they didn't have the apple vinegar or the black vinegar this one. Because it's a little bit more oily, it does taste a little bit more greasy. Amazing, amazing. And this one, just like their previous one, had very specific instructions. They've got the soup there. You want to place it on top of the lid just to warm it up after you put in the hot water. And they also recommend that you give the soup a little bit of a massage just to get those ingredients, more evenly distributed. Things like that, they think of everything. Honestly, only in Japan. I also can't stop. So I just finished both bowls of Nakiryu's Michelin Star Instant Ramen. One with the soup and the one without the soup. Between the two, which would you prefer to eat? Let me know in the comments below. My final thoughts. I really like both of them for different reasons. The first one was just so layered, as it is at the ramen restaurant. You've got that burst of spiciness coming from the chili oil, that Chinese sesame paste creaminess as well, all matched up with a little bit of sourness. It's just an explosion of flavors, and I think they did a really good job of replicating it. A fine bowl of instant ramen. Now for the second one, the soupless ramen, they normally don't have soupless ramen on their menu at their actual ramen restaurant. They've got thicker, flatter noodles that help you mop up that oil, and it tasted a little bit richer. There was more of this kind of creaminess jolt coming through, but an excellent bowl. And for both of them, big takeaway is how specific they were with the instructions. They want you to have it in the best way possible. Very Japanese, and yeah, it was a lot of fun to, I think, see that. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please smash that like button. So my next instant ramen video is up to you. I'm gonna take a poll on Instagram as well, between Team Kyoto/Niigata and the pork back fat, or Hokkaido Shio Ramen and Miso Ramen. Let me know what you prefer in the comments below. Thanks everybody for tuning in. This is Frank from 5AM Ramen, reminding you that Tokyo is the only city in this world where you can have top of the line ramen at 5 a.m. Instant ramen included. Thanks for joining, and see you in the next video.